Well, this man needs no introduction, and man, Dale Jr., you're getting us spoiled here with you hopping back in these race cars. We saw Hendrick Motorsports tweet out the skeleton gloves. We were prepared for you to be down here, but now you've gotten into the number 5 and done some testing. We've done some pack racing. What's it been like inside the car?
Well, we're just trying to learn everything we can. I'm trying to learn about the car and taking everything I can to help me in the booth, and they're trying to figure out how to make it go faster so that when all those guys, Chase and all those guys get in the car, it's going to work for them and do what they needed to do in the 500. So it's been fun and a great learning experience. We were going to come down here and just kind of walk around and try to listen to what everybody was talking about and try to learn what we could, me and Letarte and Jeff Burton. But the chance to be behind the wheel is even better. So I'm enjoying it, having fun, and it's a good car. It's a fun race car. Does everything right. So far, no surprises.
It's not hard to listen. It's really loud out here with these Next Gen cars. They sound really good on track. But I know that just working with Hendrick and being this collaborative effort, this is Earnhardt country. We know that Daytona, you guys love some super speedway racing. How different is it from the last generation of car now in these Next Gen cars?
The rack and pinion steering is probably the one thing that would be the most difficult to get used to. It's so much different than the old style. The car steers really fast. You would barely, where you might turn the wheel quite a bit to go around the corner or try to get to a car to side draft. You're very almost surgical with the steering wheel now. Very small movements to make the car do a lot. And so you can't get real crazy with the steering wheel because the car is just going to take off, start darting around. But that's one of the things that I think would be the most difficult to get used to is the rack and pinion steering and how fast it is. And they have slowed the box down and done everything they can to take speed out of it, and it's still way too fast. But it's something that all the drivers I think would adapt to, and it's probably only an issue at a big track like Daytona, some of the mile and a halves. At a road course, short tracks, you're going to love how quick that steering is.
Well, we know that it'll be the 510 horsepower with the 7-inch spoiler now on these super speedways, Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta. Can you take what you're learning here and really translate that to Talladega and Atlanta? Because Daytona is such a different beast.
It is. I think everything they're learning, they're going to apply to everywhere they can apply it, and certainly Talladega and Atlanta, it'll definitely apply there. But the loads in the corners are going to be a little bit different in Atlanta, a little tighter radius corner, a little smaller racetrack, a little bit more load in the corner for the tire. This new tire, a little short sidewall tire is going to be different. It's going to feel different. It's going to have different sensations, and I don't think that I've ever been a part of the sport where there's been so many unknowns. Everybody goes in really with a blank sheet of paper, and these teams are learning and absorbing so much data. I don't know that I've ever been a part of the sport where this has happened. Even with the COT, that car was somewhat like the race cars we were driving. It just looked different. But this is a completely different car from the ground up, and all the components are not foreign, but they're different, and all those old rules kind of apply to some of the adjustments you make on the car. But there's also a lot of new stuff to learn too. The tire, the most important part of this whole equation that connects the race car to the actual track. I mean, that to me is there's so much to be learned about this tire and what makes it go fast and how to give the driver the comfort that he needs.
All right, before I let you get back in there and take some more notes, you have a Hall of Fame induction ceremony coming up. You excited for it?
I am, man. It's I'm excited. We've been waiting a couple of years. We're getting pushed back on the induction ceremony, but that's fine. I wanted to have this, a genuine experience, much like everybody that's went in before, and it's gonna be fun spending time with Red Farmer and Mike Stefanik's family. We're gonna celebrate each other. I'm gonna have a lot of family and friends that'll be there with me to enjoy it, and I hope I do a great job of as far as my speech, there's a little pressure, right, to make sure that when you're up there and telling everybody about your emotions and feelings about it, that you make sure you give everybody their due, right? There's so many people that are part of that process and a part of your career, and you want to make sure that you highlight the ones that really made a big difference in your life. And I hope that that's probably the biggest pressure of the whole thing, is just making sure you don't fall short on trying to give everybody the credit they deserve.
Awesome. Well, it's always great talking to you. We appreciate the time. Future Hall of Famer in, 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, I guess so.
Here in the Next Gen car at Daytona.